Erin Lawler Patterson, the goodness chick. I'm an addictions counselor, motivational speaker, author, and parent coach. Join me on the journey of navigating the joys and pitfalls of life, addressing parenting, giving back, mental health, addiction, and relationships. If it takes a village, then join me as one of those villagers. Villagers wanted. All right, so I am sitting outside a building with two new friends. I have Edgar and I have Roger, who we just kind of broke bread with at a synagogue. We literally bumped into each other maybe 27 minutes ago, right?
Exactly, right.
So we're sitting kind of at the foothills of the Brasov mountains. It is spectacular, but just in a matter of less than an hour, having the opportunity to chat with these guys, and in particular Roger, just kind of getting some background, life experience. And I'm a big believer in, man, the world is a huge place, but is much smaller than we believe it is. And I know, Roger, you said you've been traveling around the world over the past few years.
Yes.
And one of the places that you know, if you want to say why you started doing that, why you keep doing it.
Yeah. First of all, for me, it's like traveling is like education. So when I decided that I had a bucket list, that bucket list. I put it like 5-6 years ago. So I decided to finish it. On my bucket list, it was one of the things that I want to travel the world, 196 countries. So I want to finish them. So
every country,
yeah.
Wow.
The thing is that I work. I have my own business, so that I don't have the chance to go more often, like 6, 7, 8 times per year. But I managed to do it with love and with passion. So I did too many things. One of the loveliest things I did, it was in Nepal in 2015. I climbed the island peak, 6,135 above the sea level, and Kalapatar and Everest Base Camp. So what happened with me there in 2015, on the 25th of April, earthquake happened, like 7.8 on magnitude. So 10,000 people died in less than 1.5 minutes,
Jeez.
maybe, and I survived. It was a miracle for me. Everybody was injured and dying in front of me. So I helped people. I stayed there with them 1 extra week. I got stuck also at the airport because we've been hit with another earthquake, 6.8 degrees.
So a second one followed
the second
up.
One, yeah, followed up after just less than 24 hours. Yeah, it was horrible for the people of Nepal, the humble people, the lovely people.
Yeah.
It was something horrible.
I know, Edgar, you had mentioned that, like, trying to get a hold of Roger.
Yeah. We was calling him for maybe 4 or 5, 6 hours. We cannot reach him. We was thinking that Roger, it is
And
he died or
he
passed away or,
Yeah.
or something bad happened to him.
bad. All his friend was asking each other, what's about Roger?
What's going on
What's
with him?
going on
Yeah,
with him?
yeah.
exactly.
So it was a shock for us.
When you see that humble people, the people that they live in poverty, they are poor people, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it at all. So as we know, we are all somehow believers and stuff like that. So we can't blame the Mother Nature. At the end, Mother Nature, it's above us.
Yeah.
Whatever you think, if you are a believer or not, when it comes to Mother Nature, you can't do anything. You can't control Mother Nature.
Right.
The only thing that you say, you pray to survive, to be alive, and not happen such horrible things in the future.
Did it for you, going through that, kind of kick up your bucket list a notch in terms of realizing?
Exactly. Like it was after 2 days. It was my birthday. So after a week, when I came back to my origin country, so everybody told me that it's your birthday.
Yeah.
You're now 1 years old.
Yeah.
You born again. So that was something like I didn't want to say I don't care about anything in life. No, I started to care more in life. I started to care more into people. So see life in different way. The way that I was thinking, maybe it wasn't that it's one experience, but it was a tough one. Tough experience. I was ready, I wasn't ready, I don't know. I did what I had to do in that moment, that seconds. I don't know what I did. If I go flashback and I think back what I did, I don't know. I don't know if another person he could done something worse, you know, or he panicked, or he started to give himself to drugs or alcohol or things like that. No, I'm not telling you that I'm a believer now and I believe more in God. No, but I had more touch to the people, to humans, you know, because it's in blink of eye you can lose someone just like that. We are not mortals at the end. We are not immortals at the end. Sorry, we are mortals, so we can get into accidents easily.
Right. So it makes you realize how super fragile life is. And I think too, like as we're sitting here and we didn't even know each other less than an hour ago, one of the things you had referenced is it's like, okay, we saw all on social media and TV what happened in Nepal, but also you had referenced just as we sat down talking about the Algerian genocide.
Exactly.
Right. And I said, well, what are you talking about? And sometimes
Armenian.
Armenian. Oh my God! I just see this is how but
Armenian,
how sometimes we become isolated.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes I'll say this as an American, it's easy to become isolated and unaware of things that we should be aware of.
Exactly.
So if you want to kind of explain what exactly the Armenian genocide was and what it kind of how it connects your own family.
Yeah. I came from family half Armenian, half Lebanese. My dad is Lebanese. My mom, she's Armenian. So my grandma, she lived 101 years. She was born in 1913. In 1915, big genocide in the First World War. Genocide happened against the people of Armenia, the Armenian people, and there was a little bit of Bulgarians and from Kurdistan, the minority back then. There was the Germans. They were allies with the Ottoman Empire, and there was the French that they were somehow they were protecting the Armenians, that the Germans or the Ottomans they won't hurt you. And suddenly in 24 hours they left and nobody was protecting you, and they started the genocide. It was called like to change the geography of that region. You know, Armenia was 360,000 square kilometers. Now Armenia is just 32,000 square kilometers. So they just removed 10 and gave it to Turkey. So now Turkey is much bigger than before. So anyway, the genocide started. So, you know, geographically the country is big, and you don't have social media, you don't have communication, you don't have anything, just like now. So they started from one region to other. So the people that had the chance to go to another regions and tell them that Ottoman Empire coming to kill us and having a big massacre, so they had the chance to leave. For example, my grandma, it took with her 7 years to reach to Lebanon.
Wow.
From Armenia through Kurdistan, through Syria, and back then there wasn't the biggest, the greater Lebanon. It was a small. After we took parts from Syria, and it makes like 10,000 square kilometers. So she came all the way from there, and in desert of Deir Zor in Syria, they learned the alphabet, the Armenian alphabet. They studied and they learned. My grandma, she came after that. She studied. She was a teacher, and then she was a principal of school. Wow. So she raised 4 kids. 2 of them, first 2 kids, they named them Arabic names, and the 2 others, she named them Armenian. So just to be fair, we 2 by 2 balanced. Yeah, she's Armenian, and her husband is not. Also, so that was it. She told me everything about the genocide. And let me tell you something. In 2015, it was the 100 years memorial of the Armenian genocide. So my grandma, she passed away on December 14. So I promised her that I'm going to Everest and put the flag, Armenian flag, on the Mount Everest, on the highest peak when I reach. And I did that for her.
Thing.
When I reached there, I sang for her, and I told her a few words also, that she would be proud of me. I visit her cemetery like 6 times per year with honor, pray to her and put flowers for her. So she was my idol. Yeah. Now there are 52 countries that they recognize the Armenian genocide. The last nation they recognized the Armenian genocide was Germany in 2015, and the only country that they gave international what they say apology, international apology that we were there, we were sowing this, and we did nothing.
Yeah.
So it's a respect for them. And the first nation that gave the recognition, they recognized the Armenian genocide, it was Uruguay, back
Okay.
in 1970s. I don't know exactly date, maybe 74, I guess. So the Armenian people, they are lovely people. They have Armenia now, and
But they've been through a
you
lot,
have-
man. Holy cow.
Yeah, 4% of the Lebanese population are Armenians.
Okay.
So Armenians are all around the world, and they have lots of wealthy people. They have lots of engineers, doctors, and stuff like that. And many are they have good posts in life. Like the biggest one was Kirk Krikorian, that he was the most wealthy Armenian. It's in Forbes magazine. He died 2 years ago in America. So he was the founder of the movie Promise, the only movie that we did for the genocide, and it was on the red carpet in Hollywood. Yeah, so we have also System of a Down, the music band. They were number one in their category, so they are in Armenia, also in the United States. So the guys are from Lebanon, and they are from a region called Burj Hamud. Burj Hamud is all Armenian place.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool and interesting.
yeah,
You know?
it is.
It's
It is.
interesting. A lot of layers with things. So you've seen a lot over the years. If
Yeah.
you like, what would you say the greatest lesson you've learned over? You said you've been to 54 countries, right,
Yeah.
in total. So what kind of have you taken away? If you were to say
Yeah.
like one lesson that it's changed you or it's enlightened you.
You know, there is a saying: things that you own ends up owning you. So leave the things, leave the assets, leave the non-valuable things, and enjoy the life, the people, the humans. I knew the value of a human being, and I'm much less judgmental person. When I was a kiddo, when I was growing up, I was too much judging people and saying, "Look at this and look at that." No, each one of us has his or her own reasons to act, okay, or to behave. Nobody knows. I know you since like an hour. I don't know about your family. I don't know about any. I don't know how you're surviving. I don't know how many thousands maybe problems you have, issues you have in your life, but you're surviving and you're moving forward. You know, even if someone is selling himself or prostitution or drugs or anything, there was always a reason
Yeah.
to become like that. We can't blame anyone with what he's been through or done.
Yeah.
You know.
So being judge free.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
judge free.
Yeah, which is
yeah,
powerful.
and love people, love everybody's religion, everybody's respect humans. You know, and the better I get in contact with people, the more I love life. You know, because as I said before, we are all mortals at the end.
Yes, we are. Yes, we
Right?
are. An interesting thing you had said, which I think for some people listening, it might be hard to wrap their head around. We were sitting down in a restaurant and next to the synagogue, Jewish restaurant, and you had said if I spoke Hebrew back home in Lebanon, it might have some mixed response
Exactly.
to that. So
Yeah.
like,
can I tell it in
Absolutely.
in the way that it is in Lebanon, and forgive me if I'm going to say the exact facts. So Lebanon is the only Christian country in the whole Middle East and the Arab countries. Our president is Christian, and the general chief is Christian. So the prime minister is Sunnah, always Sunnah Muslim, and the speaker of the parliament is Shia. This four, it's must. Since we took the independence in 1943 from the France, our president is Christian. So we have 4 million population in Lebanon. 1 million is Christian. 1 million and a half is Christian, and the other 2 million and a half are Muslims divided between Sunnita and Shia and Druze. Druze that they believe in reincarnation.
Okay.
Okay, so we had war, 17 years of war in Lebanon, civil war. Israel, they occupied Lebanon in 1982 till 2000. But when they occupied Lebanon in 1982, all the Christians were at Israeli side. So they were allies with them, and they told Israel to come and occupy Lebanon to save the Christians from the Syrians and the Palestinians and the whole that Islamic region, because they wanted to kick the Christians out of the country and make it a replacement country to the Palestinians, so that Israel, they can have their nation in Israel. Okay, so that was the project. The Lebanese Christians, they had another different ideology, that let's kick out all the Muslims out of Lebanon and bring the Christians that are from Yemen and from Egypt, the Copti, and the Syrian Christians and the Lebanese, and make it all 10,000 square kilometers, all Christians. That was. Nobody could erase anyone. Nobody could change. Nobody can vanish anyone.
Right.
So we gave lost. 400,000 people died. Okay, brothers and sisters, they killed each other. They fought against each other, and at the end, Christians, they fought each other. Muslims, they fought each other. Muslim, Christian, Christian, Muslim. Everybody, every each one of them, they fought and they killed each other. And we had we had extremely bad results, post-traumatic disorders, and too many injuries and handicaps. So this is Lebanon. The thing is that when you ask me about the Israel and Jewish, so you know that Lebanon, they had 1% of its population Jewish. Still, we had synagogue in Beirut. They renovated the synagogue, but because they don't live now in Lebanon, so they lived outside, so they don't have a candidate in the parliament.
Okay.
That represents them.
Right.
They were their candidate. He was with the minorities. We have minorities that they have one candidate in the parliament, so he represents them. So when it comes to Jews and the Jews or Israel, there are lots of people, they got confused with Jewish or Israeli. Israel is the country, Jewish is the religion. In Israel, you can find every religion and everything there. So we would love to go to Israel. We would love to Israelis to come to Lebanon. We share borders with each other. At the end, we have too many things in common.
Right.
So because of the politics, and you see deep inside the politicians, your politicians, that they pretend that they are against Israel and against the region. They are allies, and they have good terms, and they have trades with them undercover, just to make money from that thing. They make the propaganda. They act. They are getting hurt, so that they get money from international countries, and they do their job. So for me, and as many like me, we don't have any problem. We don't have any problem with any religion. So I was learning Hebrew. I have too many books at home, studying Hebrew and practicing, but I don't have a person that I can practice with him every day. So this is language, as my grandma used to say, Roger. Each language is a human being. The more you know, the more you are a human. Wherever you are. How lovely is that? If we are in Romania now, you've been here for like 1 month, and wasn't it better if you had the chance to talk Romanian? Everything was easy for you.
It'd be easier,
and practice,
absolutely.
and you feel the smile on their face. It's the same when I talk Hebrew, or when I talk English, or when I talk French, or when I talk Spanish, Portuguese. So people, they feel familiar. You express in a better way. So that's it. That's it. Don't stop education. Don't stop knowledge. Don't stop the thing that I know. The more you learn, the more you discover that you know nothing. You need more. You crave for
true.
more.
Yeah, man.
Right? So that's it.
Yeah.
You
and
learn.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's like forbidden. Don't talk about Israel. Don't talk about it. You don't have the right to know about them, about the religion. Why?
Yeah.
Why? We believe in one God. Nobody knows about the Keppa. Nobody knows about only the Christians and the Muslims and the Jews. They put the hat on their head, right? This is what? It's a sign that if you are whatever you are in life, there is always something greater than you, above your head, right?
Yeah.
So just know that. You can see that everything is simple. We are all the same, man.
Yes, we
You
are.
remember
Yeah.
when we were together in Jordan?
Yeah.
When we go to see the
Yeah, where they baptized the Jesus,
Jesus.
and the border and the river and stuff like that. The guy,
This Jordan man asked
yeah,
us.
the Jordan man, yeah, he asked us.
Remember?
The guy, he was a guide there. He said, "Where are you from?" We said, "From Lebanon." He said, you are with this political party or with that political?" I said, "I'm not none of that political party. I don't care." And I told him, "Don't ask such question, but in a very rude way. So we are here. We don't mind where we are, you know."
So he let us get in the
Yeah,
middle
so he said-
point of where was Jesus baptized.
Yeah.
Wow.
So nobody.
He opened the
can
door
step.
and he said, "Do you guys, because I liked your head and you answered sarcastically,
He let us-
so you can go and
all
and
people-
take pictures."
all people
But the
watching
other
us.
group, he told them nobody can enter.
Oh,
Yeah. So I
you
was
got
like,
on his
"Oh."
good side, man.
Yeah.
You got on his good side. I want to say thank you guys for taking time,
Thank you so much.
breaking bread, and
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of just
yeah.
sharing your life experience and your wisdom. And I hope that I wish you guys Godspeed with your travels. And I am trying to pull this up, and it froze because it's been on too long. There we go, and we're tuning out. So we are on a step in the middle of I just went blank. Where are we? Brasov. I'm looking at the
Brasov,
sign.
yeah, we have on our left the Falcon and
The
and
500-foot side,
It's
but
the old city of Brasov.
an
It's
old
the
city.
town.
but thank you
No,
guys.
this is the new.
Oh, this
new
is the
town.
new part?
New part. The
Oh.
old town is at the back.
In the
50
middle,
feet away. We're in the
actually.
middle, just
Yeah.
like life. But thank you very much, and I'm wishing you all.
We want to thank you also. It was lovely. It was very, very, very lovely to meet you. You're an awesome
Thank you.
mother.
Thanks.
And
Thanks.
keep your hard work and keep your family. And as I told you, I promised you, next year when I move to the States, I'm definitely going to visit
Yeah,
you.
come visit, man.
Yeah,
Both you
sure.
guys, and because life's about just learning, growing.
Yeah,
I don't know,
definitely.
and getting to know different people. So peace, love, and goodness.
Yes.
If you enjoyed today's show, I encourage you to subscribe to Goodness Chicks podcast and pass it along to your friends. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and have a great day.